Good morning and good afternoon. We are finally live. It's a great pleasure to have a joint conversation today. Hello to all our audience, all our subscribers, and those who saw our event on the LinkedIn. This is Master of Code Weekly Live on LinkedIn. We are going to go live weekly because we have started a type of conversations on our LinkedIn webpage, talking about industries, talking about conversational AI trends and how it impacts different business processes, business models. What is the need for you as a business customers? What is the need for you and your end users? And what is the need for your businesses? What does it mean? And how you can use and utilize or apply different trends that we have been identified. So last week, now we have started a discussion about e-commerce industry. And today we have a special guest. It's Dmitro Gritsenko, CEO of Master of Code. Hi, Dima.
Hey, guys. Hello, hello. Good to meet everyone.
Yeah, good to meet you too. Thank you for joining us and thank you for having time with us today. And Gleb Dobzhansky, the most technical and non-technical guy at the same time, a futurist in conversational AI here at Master of Code. Hello, Gleb. Also pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you, Andrei. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, so guys, I have invited you because last week we started with our audience a conversation about e-commerce industry, about artificial intelligence trends in 2021 and about conversational AI trends in 2021. One of the questions that we have asked our audience on the web page, on the LinkedIn page, what are the top of mind among e-commerce stakeholders right now? So what wakes up them at night and they think about the top of mind that can be from one side be tackled, be addressed with conversational AI, and what are those top of minds that at the end of the day can be addressed with conversational AI with any type of technology. And as a result, I will right now share on the screen. I plan that we're gonna everyone gonna see it right now. Yeah, so there have been a lot of trends that we have been identified. We've been searching through reports by McKinsey, by Deloitte, by Gartner, some opinion leaders in the e-commerce space, and the top of mind trends that came to the mind of among our audience have been the following. So, for personalized interactions, this kind of top of mind, what they're thinking about, we've like 50% of our audience voted for this trend that they are thinking about. The next one is to deliver the ability, right, the services to deliver a proactive service to e-commerce consumers. This was like 25% of our of those people who voted for this particular top of mind. The next one is usage of embedded intelligent assistants. And we're going to discuss actually what does it mean and how conversational AI as embedded product or embedded solution can be integrated into the e-commerce applications, services, etc. And which is pretty surprise for me, agility or being agile inventory and operation did not get any points. From some, let's say, point of view, I understand why, but let's put it to the end of our discussion. So from what you, by the way, tell me please, do you see on the screen all the top of minds that we've got?
We as participants can with you.
Yeah, good.
And it has changed to your video now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was able to see. Yeah.
Great. So, Dima, let's start with you, and Gleb, then with you. Like, in general, like, how you think, what's your overall opinion on the on the result of voting that we see on the screen? Does it reflect what you see in e-commerce market, and particularly in the projects that you are engaged?
Yeah, it's interesting. We just had a chat with Gleb today to quickly discuss the replies coming in. And Gleb said, like, who are the people that have voted? Because it is so much like we view the industry, so much like we see the most impactful innovations in e-commerce now, like not the cutting edge innovations, but the ones that have proven to be revenue positive, ROI positive. So that's actually very cool. So those people who participated in this questionnaire, they apparently are using some kind of products and have been experimenting, because it is very, very reflective of the real state of things, the way that we see it. So yeah, with that, that's my biggest comment on this. Personalized interactions, I would definitely consider that to be number one. Delivery of proactive service, it is very powerful. Not everybody is ready to actively experiment with that, because it's a fine legal line there. Want to make sure that whatever platform you're on, you're doing that correctly and don't have the negative impacts of overstepping the boundaries there, and embedding more and more AI. That is definitely what companies are experimenting with more and more.
Yeah.
And offset some of the mundane, just manual work that their delivery or marketing teams are doing. So that's my comments there. So thanks a lot for everybody who participated in the questionnaire.
Yeah, thank you, Dima. Gleb, what's your opinion, your observation, both from the industry and from the practice in the project that you have been engaged with our customers?
Actually, I'm very glad with this breakdown of votes of a trends, because it really resonates with me. And actually, personalized interactions, it's something that now is available due to AI. So maybe the main goal for AI in conversational space is to bring this personalization. It's not just a text interface command line. It's something that's unique for each person. Proactive service, yeah, it's very interesting, but I think it's a little bit intersected with a personalization, because proactive services need to be personalized. If it's personalized, it's not a spam. It's a real answer for maybe some of the problems are predicted to happen with a client, and we can answer immediately.
Yeah, cool, Gleb. Thank you. And good that you mentioned that proactive service also should be personalized. But in the, let's say, when I'm looking at this list, of course, I understand why personalized interactions are on the top, because customers and consumers are always in the center. From one thing, from the other side, a lot of activities from, for example, from other competitors, other companies, are focused on the consumer, trying to push him to purchase something, to move or to engage a consumer into the lead generation funnel. So, Gleb, from your perspective, the personalized interactions, in addition to really personalized offer that we can do, for example, to the consumer, what else it can be from, for example, lead funnel standpoint, lead generation, even if we are talking about B2C e-commerce business?
So maybe the main idea that we don't need to use it just for lead generation. We need to understand user needs and to send some personalized tips, how-tos, how to use a service that maybe user already subscribed, or maybe based on some of the action inside the system, we can predict or propose some of the tips that will increase productivity of a user. So the goal is to build this relationship with the user, and it should be mutual beneficial, and for the user and for the company. So we promote this proactive service. We do some interesting advices for a user. At the same time, user becomes more consume our services more and more, and it's mutual beneficial. The main goal is not just to increase sales for a short term, but for in a long term to build these relationships.
Okay, Dima, from your perspective, personalized interactions, what can be use case scenarios there?
Yeah, there is different areas of personalization. One that I'm thinking of is more platform personalization, because this is ambient computing. And so conversational experiences, they are with us from device to device to device. So you start on the web, you can continue on the mobile, you got into the car, and then you have a voice interface at home through a voice assistant. So that is personalized experience, regardless of where I am. Maybe I just stick around my laptop. That's the only device that I have at home, but I still do my shopping on it, right? So I do conversational just on web. Maybe I'm a heavy mobile user and I don't care about Gen Z's, like no laptops, basically nothing, just the devices, right? So I want to meet my user there. And there's increased usage of voice assistants. And if we can seamlessly or half seamlessly switch from one platform device to another, I think that is a big piece of personalization, because that's actually how it happens, because it is handy. What I hate to do is sit and wait just in one channel, for things to happen when my life goes on. So those devices, those information streams, they have to follow me, not me sticking to a specific device where that experience is available on. So that's that piece. Now, going back to what Gleb was talking about, like specific experiences that can have a lot of personalization within the chat experience already. There's a number of things, and it starts at the top of the funnel. So first of all, you go in and you try to target audiences with your ad campaigns as micro-targeted as possible. Like, you don't go in, get screaming to the world, like, I have Burberry coats. Whole world. Well, the whole world doesn't care. You don't want to be spending money on, the whole world hearing about the coat while they don't care about a $2,500 coat. But when you talk to, somebody, some fancy youth in LA, then you get their attention, right? And you know who you're essentially targeting. So when you get those users, specific users for that piece of the top of the funnel with that specified ad, then you get them into this piece of the conversational flow that reflects the tone of voice, the interests, the jargon, all the different expressions of, say, Gen Z in that specific case, that makes them feel, they know a thing or two about me. They're not just targeting everybody. And so you're more inclined to go further down the funnel and interact with the experience, whatever that experience is, deeper. And essentially, that experience, how elegant that experience is built, will drive the conversions. And as we learn from our own experience of building those conversational experiences, like, we have a team of 6 conversation designers. Their only work is to think through the user experience in the conversational channel. What is the persona? What is the script? What is the flow? What is the graceful outro and intro and error handling and handing off to the live agent? So all those things play together. And for the experience to be smooth, you got to think through a lot of things. So sorry, I diverged there a little bit. Going back to personalization. Now, there's a number of different ways to get a user to share the information with you. For example, you can run a chat, you can have a piece of the chat flow where you're collecting some information from the user. If you're just if you're just, dry collecting that information through a form on the web, who's filling those now? Nobody does, right? Like 2% of the people that you send that email to. But if you get somebody into the chatbot, you trigger them into liking the bot initially, and then you start asking them a little bit more personalized stuff, like what's your name? Or what's your like in regards to codes, colors, any colors that you really like, and you start yielding that information from them, gleaning that information gently, keeping the interaction going, providing some entertainment or some additional information or a promise of a highly or deeply fulfilled need further down, then they'll be sharing that information. Then the more they do, the more personalized you can get with a personalization engine on top of your e-commerce store. So you can be personalized with your discounts, for example. And here's a 10% discount. Do you care? I don't care. You don't care. Don't care. How about 13.5 just today for you? Because you don't like 10s like everybody else does, but you're this one special person that loves 13.5. By the way, 13.6 is the last one I can get for you today. So, things like that.
Yeah, that's cool. So it's extremely personalized. I mean, like you are the very special, the only one customer in this shop, and everybody is working for you to pleasure you, to satisfy you. I mean, that looks amazing. I do remember the times when Microsoft started talking about not conversational AI, but communication as a platform. When it can be when all the interactions between different systems can smoothly go wherever you are, like your Apple Business Chat, for example, can talk to your credit card, particularly to your bank. Then your bank can talk to your e-commerce platform when you are trying to purchase some shoes. And this e-commerce platform knows for sure that you have been looking for 3 types of shoes, and the one you put the star on the website you would like to purchase, even without going to the website, to the e-commerce platform anymore else. You just say, I want this one, I liked. So that's cool, Dima, Gleb. But then I think then maybe to realize such scenario, the embedded intelligent assistants should be like sharing the same place with personalized interactions in order to provide a smooth interaction between different devices, different channels, different systems. I mean, we see that proactive service, great. It's like second and third place with embedded intelligent assistants, but shouldn't be embedded conversational AI like take a second place and be second important project after personalized interactions?
I think it just in what way you want to use your conversation application. Sometimes you don't need to open new channel for the conversation user experience, but to play around with it with your existing channels. For example, you have web chat, you have your app, and you don't want to go to some of the messengers to promote these messengers, to have another ad campaigns for this, just to embed into the app. And it's available, and I think personalization, it's a very interesting thing. It's because you can, based on conversation, you can have a user journey, user experience that personalized per each user. It's if you can compare it to regular mobile apps, it's just like for each your customer, you will deploy special version of application just for him. And if we are talking about a graphical user interface, it sounds like nonsense. You can do this, but with the conversational, it's a normal approach to use it. We don't deploy one flow for each customer. Based on the context, bot can start with this specific flow that can be even built during the runtime for the specific user. And for these regular applications, there's opportunity to play around with this adaptive user experience based on conversation, embedding those intelligent assistants. And maybe I can compare it that how on iPhones and Androids, companies added those embedded intelligent assistants like Siri, like Google Assistant. In the same way, if you have an application, you can embed your own embed intelligent assistant into the app. So it's a common approach.
Thank you, Gleb. Thank you. And for those who just joined us, just to remind that this is live broadcasting from Master of Code. We are discussing a survey that we have conducted last week with among the e-commerce audience. What are the top of mind trends in 2021 that can be addressed with the conversational AI, with technologies within AI? Dear those who are watching us, you are more than welcome to ask the questions in the comments under the video that you're watching right now, and we have like 7 minutes to go in order to address those questions. So Gleb, thanks for sharing and to continue building on what you just said. Why then Agile? Well, the operational part of the business to be agile, to have agile inventory and operations. In our research, in our survey, did not get any points.
I still think it's due to number of voters. I can agree with our audience that these other use cases, it's like more trendy, more generalized. And the last one, I think it's like niche, still very important, but maybe just for this voting, we cannot find this audience who can resonate with these use cases. Niche use cases, it's very important as well. Maybe it's not will not have such large audience, but will work like day and night.
In order to give more insights to the visitors of our page, to our subscribers, I would like to invite everyone to join tomorrow evening our Clubhouse conversation on conversational AI. I will just right now post the link to our Clubhouse meeting tomorrow, where we can actually continue this conversation. Just if you would like to, just follow just post it. So please join and welcome. By the way, Gleb, so I agree that can be that amounts of voters not that large in order to pay attention to the last thing. But the thing is that I think in the consumer business and all the businesses are around the customers, I think that there is no much experience how technology, how AI, conversational AI, both interfaces, chat, voice, can actually be used or applied for agile inventory and operations. So I think there is no much cases around the businesses. Actually, from my perspective, what I have observed, there are more about really consumers, personalization, proactive service, post-sales, or status checking or something else, and really growing the embedded intelligent assistance, that's for sure. And this is like the reason. It's just because it's not the top priority. It's not something that helps businesses to engage more consumers. In pandemic time, it becomes even more not tough, but more complex story how you engage the new consumers to your e-commerce business. I think that's the thing that's That is why it was not rated among those 4 top of mind trends. So that's what I think.
And I can probably add a little bit to that, if you don't mind, Andrew.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a reflection of where most of innovation is happening. Historically, it has always been on the marketing side of the teams. So they were the guys that were experimenting with all kinds of different approaches to try and target different audiences, engage them, get them into the top of the funnel. And then it finally gets down to the operational level, and there things are innovating slower. They want to handle things with less risk because, processes are heavyweight there and things like that. So that's why innovation finds its way into the operational segment of the business later. But with that said, I still think something that should have made it in one of the viable trends and use cases that have proven their ROI is customer support. Because there is a lot of that happening, not only in other heavyweight industries, but in e-commerce as well. We're finding a lot of that. Consumers do want to talk to customer support, even on simple things as discussing a discount. Like, for example, your marketing team came out with a discount code, a coupon, and lots of users we find are asking about, hey, when is this discount expiring? Can I get more of a discount? And they actually want to engage in conversations. A lot of that conversation can be automated. Like if you have a store that gets 10,000 views in a day or even in a month, like what is the support team size that you need to have if you are coming with a launch of a marketing campaign that markets a 5 to 10% discount coupon, and then you have a couple thousand people coming piling into the store within a couple of days, and then a couple hundred of those people within a couple hours want to ask about a discount. So you have a huge spike in the customer support requests, right?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Run a customer support team that is able to handle the spikes. Like you have to, keep them high here and then have them sit on the bench here. So chatbot helps to eliminate that surge, right? By taking over a lot of the simpler conversations, and then when the conversation gets deep or the bot bogs down, then you can pass the conversation over to a live support agent, and now he's already half of the conversation is already done. In better cases, the entire conversation has been done. The question of the consumer has been satisfied with the bot, and the consumer happily continues with their purchasing journey.
Dima, thank you so much for this reflection. I think it's great closing statements. So thank you for doing it. I would like to thank everyone who joined us today. We had 50 plus viewers. That's super. And keep following us. Keep following our posts. We do a lot. Give comments, give feedbacks, request for more information. Join us conversation next week or tomorrow. Tomorrow on Clubhouse. And I just was told that we have I see that we have a comment actually. Just a moment. Let me check. Okay. Actually, yeah. Before we close, let's take one question. So the question from Ingermar. Hi, everyone. Thanks for conversation. Great information. I was wondering how you think new AI models like GPT-3 will change conversation and personalized AI in 2021. How soon do you think a model like that can be integrated into new solutions? I think these are great questions. Guys, who would like to take it? Gleb, Dima?
Maybe I'll try.
Because it's too technical. I wonder how many people understand the GPT, but let's try to tackle this. This is great.
I'd like to predict that this new AI models and new machine learning processors, we can do more and more on devices, for example, and we can do more and more with a voice. So voice experiences before this was like satisfactory, but not real to human. With this breakthrough, we can bring close to human voice interfaces that should eliminate this barrier for conversation. And for sure, it's personalization. Personalization, it means that AI will be able to understand user requests more precise and to do personalization more precise.
Cool. Thank you, Gleb.
And a quick one for me. So GPT is so it's the predictive language for human-like texts. Essentially, it's OpenAI subset of technology. We haven't ever used it in real life yet. We find that a lot of innovation making it into some of the mainstream stuff we're doing turns out to be a little bit risky. We experiment with stuff, but most of the times we're using simpler intent detection stuff available on the market from Google, like Dialogflow, Microsoft Lewis, and cognitive services, Rasa. So that would definitely be interesting to to ideate with techie people of our team. But once again, what we find in our real life is that treading on a safer ground is actually how customers and us prefer to do it. Experimentation stuff, we'll have to look deeper into that. But that's a great question.
Thank you, Dima. Yeah, it's a great question. Thank you. I think we will take a note and we will make a separate conversation and live stream, particularly on the scenarios with GPT-3 and what can be, how it can impact the future evolution of conversational AI. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone who have been watching us. We're looking forward to see every one of you next week on Monday. Have a great rest of the day. Goodbye, and thank you so much.